pleasure of making Chris and Josh's acquaintance, and while their hair is not identical, their level of douchiness is.
Welcome, 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 friends. I am so excited to be back here at ReadySteady Studio. I am joined by a very special guest today, someone that I have yet to have had on this channel because he's too busy telling people their fortune. I am here today with my identical twin brother, Josh Valek.
Hey guys, I'm Josh Valek. I'm a tarot reader.
Now, a lot of you probably know us from doing TV shows like Silent Library,
Joshua, Chris,
Twinning on VH1.
See, our whole thing is to f them up. We take the most awkward, quiet person in the room and we poke and prod them until we just engage.
And of course, everyone's favorite and most famous, known as the Jerks from Ink Master.
I'm feeling very annoyed. If it doesn't come out the way I want it to look, we're gonna have problems. Let me make it clear. I do not care if you go home. I don't care if you lose or win. I'm explaining your status in the competition is none of my concern.
That's right. Ink Master was a very interesting experience. However, what people don't realize is that's television, idiots. That's right. It's reality television, not actuality. So let's get into it. And let's get into some Ready Steady questions. That's right, Ready Steady Questions airs every Friday on our YouTube channel, Ready Steady Questions. Get ready, like, subscribe, and comment.
First question we have for you today is, who's the oldest?
Who's the oldest? Oh, if that's not something I've ever gotten before. I've never gotten that question before. Who's older?
Who came first?
Well, the common guess is that my brother Josh is older because he's a little bit taller. He has about 2 inches on your boy. He was greedy and ate all those nutrients in the womb. I'm telling you guys, I keep telling you about that truffle oil. So I'm older, actually, believe it or not. I'm older by 2 minutes. What's the timing on that?
You were born at 1:48 p.m. and I was born at 1:50 p.m. on Friday, May 1st in '87.
You know the day.
In Manhattan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know,
Do you not know the day you were born?
What? That I was born on a Friday? No, I don't know I was born on a Friday. Do people know that? Is that common knowledge?
I was born on a Saturday.
I was born on a Wednesday.
A lot of people know. I'm surprised you don't.
No, I swear it's never crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Who thinks about that? What does it matter?
I mean, naturally.
It was part of a high school project I had to do.
I was just curious.
But yes, I am older by 2 minutes, believe it or not, friends. I don't see the relevance to that either. But then again, my brother is actually quite educated on things like astrology and birth charts and star charts and Mars bars and all that shit.
Yes, depending on the time of day, will depend on your sun sign and your moon sign as well as your rising.
I'm always rising, especially in the morning. God dang. What's next?
So the second question is, are you both identical?
Yes, we are identical twins. Now, ironically, when we were on a VH1 show called Twinning, we realized how not identical we actually are. There are some people that are real carbon copies, but me and my brother, as much as, if I may speak for us, you correct me if I say something wrong, okay? We enjoy being a twin, but there's also equal passion and striving for individuality. It's really great to find your own way and make your own look.
Firstly, in order for twins to be fraternal, they're always by gender.
Yeah, they come from
So-
two separate eggs.
Yeah, there's no such thing as an identical twin that's a boy and a female.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that either.
Yes, I learned that very recently.
Did you guys ever dress up alike in school, in high school?
Can I take this or you take it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or just to add on to that.
No, Sha.
What age did your mom ever dress you up alike? And if so, what age did you guys choose to start?
Or stop?
So
That's great. That's a good question.
yeah, that's a really good one. I would say, as cubs, as kids, we went to a Catholic school, so my mom would do this weird thing where she would dress us up in the school uniform as we were sleeping in the morning. So we will wake up already fully dressed for school, but as soon as we left Catholic school and we had to buy our own clothes, I don't think so. No, did we?
No, we weren't matching, but
No,
as
not
kids, I remember having matching Super Mario sweaters.
Super Mario's,
And-
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. There was a lot of matching stuff as kids, but I think that mom went through the twin phase of like, oh my god, I have to match them up. But she got over it, thank God. When we got to the point where we could dress you know, like ourselves and everything like that. Like, we never had any interest in matching, but our styles were always a little bit similar, you know? He was always a more gothic Cradle of Filth, and I was more of a pop punk kid, but it was always alternative.
I was super duper into hip hop in my preteens, and then Chris randomly discovered punk rock while he met our punk rock neighbors when we moved into a new town. He got into punk rock, so I was like, well, if he's gonna go punk rock, I'm gonna go death metal. So I went full blown goth, whiteout contacts, liquid liner, like the press powder, trench coats, the boots, the works, you name it, I had it.
I remember taking Josh because during me discovering myself as like a 12-year-old and discovering bands like Green Day and NoFX and all those cool punk rock bands, I remember a friend of mine saying, dude, we're gonna play a show, you should come, at a little club called Red Zone. And when I went, I couldn't believe my eyes. There were people moshing, there were people throwing their bodies around. I was like, and he weren't here. His screen name at the time was Pun DMX 87, remember that?
Yes, AOL.
So I brought Josh to a punk rock show for the first time. And I remember him standing next to the speaker with his big hoodie on. We were fat kids, so he was swimming in his big fat Nike hoodie, had the hoodie on, but I remember him looking at all these people going crazy. And if you know shows, you know mosh pits are not controllable. It's like a Tasmanian devil that's eventually gonna probably go your way. And as soon as it got to him, I just remember seeing nostrils flaring and just a hoodie bouncing, and he went in there like he was a natural. I was like, oh, done. I was like, oh, there's a fight? All right, let's go. I'm ready to go. And everyone's like just kind of throwing their bodies around. I'm just like, a lot of the people in our Sleepy Hollow High School were actually quite afraid that your boys were going to blow up the school. I'm just a punk rock kid. He's just a gothic guy, but they took it as, okay, here come the next two Columbineers.
Yes, I remember when I first came home from high school after my first day, like showing off my new gothic look. And I said, Mom, you know, somebody came up to me and asked me if I worshiped the devil. She looked at me, she laughed, and she said, you should have said yes.
Favorite film you've seen together and why?
Ooh.
Return of the Living Dead.
Ooh. I mean, that's great.
It's like, we watched that movie like 1,000 times.
Yes,
you know?
but I took it literally movies, going to the movie theater.
Oh, the movie. Oh, yes.
And I know what that is. You took me to see a certain movie that we went to end up watching about 10, maybe 12 times.
I think we saw 11.
Insidious.
That's Insidious, yeah. Hands down Insidious.
One day he said to me, Chris, you gotta come to the movies with me. I wanna go see this movie. It's called Insidious. I'm like, all right. He's like, come on, I'll buy the ticket, I'll buy your food. That was all I needed to hear. I was out the door.
It is incredibly difficult to get Chris to come out to a movie to do anything like that.
You know, it's funny, when I got here, you came into the room, you sat down to coffee, and I went to pee. And when I came back from peeing, I looked into the room, and all I see is you taking a picture of my pee-pee.
But yeah, we went to go see that movie, and we saw it a whole bunch of times because it was literally...
It was jump scare after jump scare after jump scare, and I wasn't expecting any of it. So of course I'm watching the movie like, and I'm jumping out of my chair. So I loved it, and it soon became about getting girls and sitting them next to us and just kind of like scared, watching them jump out of their chairs. It was the funniest thing because like by like seeing the movie by like the fourth time, you know what's gonna happen and when. So we were always just like.
What are nicknames you have for each other?
You already know.
Yeah.
Me and Josh have been lifelong wrestling fans, as you can see. But there's two twin wrestlers named the Usos, and they call each other Us. So we often call each other Us. We also call each other O.
Yeah. Oh! So Uso is Samoan, Hawaiian for brother. When the Usos would wrestle, they would go to the audience, Us! And the crowd would go, oh!
So where did Semi come from?
Ooh. Semi came from...
And whose nickname is Semi?
I nicknamed Chris Semi. Named after...
I love how you like, I nicknamed Semi.
I nicknamed Chris Semi because there was a character in the film Coming to America from the 90s with Eddie Murphy. And the main character's kind of best buddy, his name was Semi.
What have you done?
You told me to fix up the place.
One thing that annoys you about each other.
Oh God. What annoys me about Josh? Josh has some stupid vain shit. He
I knew he was gonna say that. I'm vain.
Yeah, he takes a lot of time in the mirror before he bounces. He takes a lot of care. Excuse me, as Josh says, a lot of care into his look. And I really strive on not looking in the mirror before I leave and just kind of being myself and just like, well, listen, this is what the hell I look like, okay?
I'll admit I'm vain. I have a thing. I like to look nice. I like to,
Yes,
I like to look presentable.
So who got the first tattoo?
Who do you think got the first tattoo?
I
Just
have
take a
no
wild,
clue.
just take a wild look at both of us and just take a wild guess as to who got the first
You're
tattoo.
not as bare as you
Well,
think.
I think it may be Chris just
Are you
because
s-
he has more.
You would say Chris?
Maybe
Yeah.
because he has a little bit more. I can only see your
1,000%
sleeve.
me, 1,000% me, 1,000% me, and I'm gonna definitely also throw Josh under the Greyhound real quick because you deserve it. We agreed to get a Ren and Stimpy tattoo so we can have matching tattoos. I think once he felt the needle, he quickly opted not to and offered to do it on his foot. I would not be so insulted.
I don't think I can do this, Bert. Well, you damn well better. You got us into this.
I said that I would do the Ren and Stimpy tattoo, but Chris wants to put it in a very large area, and he wants to put it in a very visible area. And I said, no, I'm not gonna put Ren and Stimpy on my bicep. Like, that's crazy.
Oh! Be brave, Frank. God damn it.
Be a man, Fred. God damn it.
I said, how about doing it on my foot? Haha, inside joke, brother thing. Little cool, little secret, little thing.
Do you have any idea how much it hurts even more getting a tattoo on your foot? Thin skin and a billion bones. Woo.
Well, if you were to guess, how many tattoos do you think your twin has?
Whoa, that's a great. That is a great question.
I stopped counting. I never counted my tattoos.
On me?
Give a guess.
On me?
On him?
Yes, on me.
Guesstimate.
I would say 8.
And about him?
I would say 20.
I'm well above 20.
I'm well below 8.
Are you?
Yes.
Do you count your tattoos?
Yes.
How many do you have?
5.
Really?
Yes, I have my. So as a form of
Retribution.
not retribution, I would say a form of finding a middle ground. I agreed to get a Snoopy tattoo.
Yes.
And I did get the Snoopy tattoo on my. That was our first.
Yes.
And
yes,
he
yes.
got Charlie Brown, and I got Snoopy, and that's kind of like Snoopy, Charlie Brown.
I would like to thank the tattoo artist for jokingly pasting in a subliminal wiener on his head for hair. I discovered that it was supposed to be the Charlie Brown signature, but as I looked and friends told me, they were like, oh no, you got a D. I was like, oh great.
Yeah, it's definitely a PP.
Can you feel each other's pain?
Okay, so this is a common question. Now, it's a yes and no for your boy. I can't feel, like if he has a Charlie horse, I can't feel it in my legs. But if he's in danger or if he's having anxiety or depression, I can definitely feel down. If, let's say he got too wasted, I will feel like crap and vice versa. It's almost like when you watch a video of someone that is maybe skateboarding and breaks their arm and you see the arm break. Your body goes, oh!
I call it twin telepathy. It's a telepathic connection. It's almost as if you've seen a fist fight right in front of you and you saw someone get punched in the face and you're like, ooh, you felt it even though you didn't feel it. It's just like that, guys, except a lot more intense.
Have you seen a movie, like a movie, twin movie that you guys ever related to?
No.
No?
The closest experience we've ever had to seeing and interacting with seeing the real true twin bond was when we filmed Twinning. There are many twins that suffer from horrible separation anxiety just by being separated from the twin, even though we're only 20 feet apart and there's nothing separating us but a wall.
Have you ever switched places?
Yes, that's how I got my driver's license. Oh, we can't air that.
We
My
might-
first road test, I failed and had Josh take it for the parallel parking.
That's hilarious.
But it didn't work out. I had to do it again.
No, don't lie.
No, I got my license, but my license eventually got suspended for an unpaid ticket. and I had to do it all over again.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
We would play pranks. We'd play pranks on our girlfriends in college because we were both big guys with big Buddha bellies. So we dormed in the dorms, and he would kind of jump out of the bed, and I would kind of jump in the bed and kind of like bump around and like, wake up, and then turn around and see me. I'm just like, hey.
Oh, we were kids. We didn't know. You know.
It was always just innocent fun.
I can testify to that.
Yeah, right. We pulled a prank on you,
When
right?
we first dated, you would give the phone to Josh mid-conversation, and I would instantly start to notice, like, I'm like, who is this?
Yes.
Our voices are still indistinguishable a bit apart on the phone.
What are the cons of like being twins?
The cons of being a twin, I'd say the biggest negative of being a twin is that it's never just Josh or Chris.
No individuality. You instantly become you guys, y'all,
Yeah.
y'all too.
Yeah, you.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about? I wasn't even here when that argument happened. I was in Miami. That's had nothing to do with me.
Yes, and vice versa.
And vice versa.
Yes, people, you know, your ex-girlfriends, they hate me. So what did I do? What the fuck is your problem? You look like him. You're often guilty by association.
Guilty by association. That's beautifully said.
Yes.
Guilty by association.
And what are the pros of being twins?
Biffles.
Yeah, best friends for life, for sure. You know, there's drama. There could be severe drama. But there's a twin thing, a twin bond where like,
Doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Another issue is in a good way is that like and this is truth for me. I'm not gonna say it for Josh because Josh has been able to kind of come into his individuality very well. But I am a person that has never been alone. I've never really I've never had my own place to myself where I lived alone. I've never been single by myself. Like I've always been I don't want to say codependent person, but I've always been someone that enjoys and flourishes being with someone else. Whereas it's scary because, you know, when you are a person that's, you know, I'm 35 right now and I've never been alone, it gets scary. What if, God forbid, my queen is not around? Or what if, you know, it's a little bit more vulnerable.
I also think that your first kiss, you went home, you went to your bedroom, you were by yourself. My first kiss, I came home, I went to my bedroom, he was right there with an arm's reach to talk to about it. My first pubic hair, same thing. He was right there with an arm's reach. You got one too? Like, you got one too? Like, everything that I've ever gone through, from my first kiss to my first leg to my first pubic hair to my first, everything was always, you always have, that's the pro. You have someone with an arm's reach to go through with it. You'll never go through things alone. But as an adult, learning to live alone and go through things by yourself is very difficult. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I imagine.
So as a twin, then
way more as a twin. Yeah, because you as an individual, you learn how to cope on your own. You didn't have anyone to talk to about the super duper private shit.
Excuse me, you didn't have a clone that was like your same age, your same
going through the
everything.
same thing.
Not,
Yeah.
not that you didn't have anybody. It's more like that you didn't have like
Yeah.
a carbon copy of yourself that's like with an opposite personality.
And always right there.
do you guys ever like have said the same thing at the same time?
Yes.
Many times?
Yes.
Not many.
We don't complete each other's sentences because we don't need to. We know what each other's thinking and what each other's going to say already.
I have a question. Can you tell when your twin is lying to you?
It's so rare that we actually do lie to each other.
I find like this motherfucker lies all the fucking time. But stupid shit. Stupid shit. When are you gonna be here? When are you gonna be here? It's 20. Good 20. Give me 20.
5 minutes later, I'm down the block.
Son, at like on your block outside. I'm like,
He's looking at me. My
but
hair is
he's
so
left
deep,
me
like-
waiting so many times. That's why.
that's why.
He's left me waiting so many times. So I call. I send him a text message the moment I get off the exit on the highway. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm by the zoo.
How does it feel when you spend your birthdays apart?
At 35, I stopped celebrating my birthday like that because it's just like whatever. It's just another day to me.
New Year's.
Yeah, we don't really value certain holidays the way others do. Oh my God, New Year's! Oh, New Year's, you're not with your family? No. I'm at home relaxing.
How would you describe being a twin to people who aren't twins? In the realist forms that are used.
Oh, without sounding generic.
Yeah, something that you would honestly say, like a real way, and I'm talking about like just family relationships, your identity. Like how can you describe being an identical twin?
To me, it's a beautiful luxury, but with luxury comes great responsibility. And you spend a lot of your time worrying about not just yourself, but you worry about your other half there. And let's say you strike gold and get free dinner. It's not as exciting as if he didn't get it too. When you get those big moments in your life, unless it's in double form, it's not as great and accomplishing. Until you get older and start maturing naturally, you grow into your own skin, things, there are things that I do that Josh can never fathom, like ghost hunting. He doesn't understand why anyone want to do that in their spare time. He's terrified of the paranormal. Given his line of work, it's very interesting.
So, have you guys done it with twins at the same time?
No. You've had sex with a twin, with a person that happened to be a twin.
Yes, I've hooked up with a few identical twin females, but never at the same, both of them at the same time with my identical twins.
With your identical. Okay.
Have you ever fulfilled someone's twin fantasy?
Unknowingly, yes.
I want to say no, because any request I get for threesomes with my twin is an instant no-go. I'm not attracted to men per se, so I don't really know if I could perform well in front of a man, let alone my brother. Also, incest isn't my bag, but it's been requested many times, and it's a big fat no-go for that.
No-go on the twincest.
Yeah, like seriously, like I don't know why anyone would ask, like it's a common thing. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is.
That's what I was saying. I think it's a lot more common than you think.
That's threesomes, but yes, I have had people that hooked up with him and then hooked up with me.
But not at the same time.
Yeah, but and some of them, yes, I knew, and I didn't care. And some of them I didn't know. I got in I didn't know, never, I would never fucking touch it. I would never touch him, he's gross, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, We did it with two girls at the same time in the same room.
Separate beds.
Yeah, separate beds. I remember.
Twin.
I was
twin size beds.
Yeah, so I was here my twin, and you were in the next bed, and your twin. And I remember being very tickled by the fact that my brother had this face that was like sex face.
He would laugh at my sex face.
Straight, just straight, like just stone. And I'm just like,
yeah, Chris is. I can't do all that when I'm having sex. I just can't. He wants to get up in the middle for high fives. He's like, Josh, no, Josh, don't do it like that. Do it like this and make your face like this. Yeah, throw your head back with your mouth open, dude. Yeah.
Yes. I would do everything I could to throw him off. Do I know twins?
And triplets.
What are your opinions of other twins that you have met?
Yeah.
I hold a special place for other twins because it's like, oh, you get it.
Yes.
I don't have any negative feelings about any twins, even twins from VH1. I don't have any negative feelings towards them. I think people all have their journeys, and being a twin, you get double the journey, double the fun, but double the trouble too, and double the headaches that you would get, because as much as it's hard for you to, God forbid, go through a heartbreak, it's even worse when you watch your boy, you know?
Your best friend.
Yeah, it's horrible. So we're gonna move on to the next round here. We've answered a lot of your questions, your burning desires. As by popular demand, me and my twin are going to partake in the twin telepathy, twin tuition test. We have our notepads here. We're going to be facing away from each other, so there will be no cheating. And here we go. I'm excited to see what happens.